In the opening scene of the movie, we are introduced to a young girl, Suyan. As the nighttime envelopes the town, she hesitantly steps onto a bridge. Under the dim streetlights, a car approaches, and she climbs in, the weight of her anxiety evident. As the tale unfolds, it becomes clear that this is the last time Suyan was seen, marking the start of her mysterious disappearance. Switching gears, the narrative brings us to Ji-Cheol, a seasoned boxing coach. Proudly, he enters a local restaurant holding a trophy, a symbol of his student's achievement as the first runner-up in a recent match. However, a shadow darkens this moment of pride. The story reveals that his student was supposed to clinch the top spot, but due to the interference of a dishonest official who manipulated the results in favor of a payoff, his student was denied the win. In a surge of anger, Ji-Cheol confronts the official, delivering a punch so fierce it floors the man instantly. But this act of defiance comes at a steep price. The man he just knocked out holds a significant position as the vice president of the boxing association, and using his authority, he bans Ji-Cheol from ever coaching again. As a consequence, Ji-Cheol relocates, accepting a position as a gym teacher in a more remote part of the city. As he drives into his new hometown, he witnesses an unsettling sight: 3 high school girls intimidating another student. The targeted girl is Eugene, who happens to be the close friend of the missing Suyan. Soon after, Ji-Cheol meets a familiar face, Dong-soo, his former boxing student, now serving as a police officer. The friendly Dong-soo offers Ji-Cheol a warm welcome, giving him a tour of the town and its unique dynamics. The story takes an emotional turn when Eugene visits the home of the vanished Suyan. There, she meets Suyan's sole family, her concerned grandmother. The depth of their bond is clear as both the elderly woman and Eugene stand as the sole warriors in the battle to find Suyan. Eugene finds herself on a rooftop, lost in thought. The memories of her cherished times with Suyan come flooding back. An unexpected recollection sparks a trail for her to follow. She remembers Suyan mentioning her part-time job at a club. Determined to uncover more, Eugene gets a lead on the club's location using a card she finds and decides it's worth investigating. Meanwhile, Ji-Cheol embarks on a new chapter as he starts his first day at a local school. The welcoming principal introduces him to the staff, positioning him next the art teacher, Ji-sung. As fate would have it, he crosses paths with Eugene in the school corridors, but she seems distant, choosing to brush past him. Not much later, Ji-Cheol observes Eugene sneakily scaling the school wall, indicating her intention to skip school. Intrigued, he decides to trail her. However, a tempting claw machine diverts his attention. Elsewhere, Eugene stumbles upon a bustling election campaign in full swing, rallying support for a politician named Mr. Kim. While the townspeople may view him as a beacon of hope, in the shadows, he's notorious for his corrupt and sinister ways. Eugene remains ignorant to the campaign and proceeds to the club where Suyan was employed. She attempts to gather information on Suyan's whereabouts, but the answers remain elusive. Her questions don't sit well with the club owners, who turn aggressive. Just in the nick of time, Ji-Cheol steps in, ensuring Eugene's safety. He urges her to leave the case to the professionals, assuming the police are handling it. As night falls, after ensuring Eugene reaches home, Ji-Cheol heads back to his apartment. However, Eugene's safety is soon compromised when a shadowy figure begins to trail her with sinister intentions. Concurrently, Ji-Cheol discovers Eugene left her phone in his car and decides to return it. This leads him to cross paths with the would-be abductor, who flees the scene upon being spotted. Ji-Cheol promptly ensures Eugene reports the incident to the police. But when the police chief learns of Eugene's connection to the missing Suyan, his demeanor changes. He seems eager to downplay the incident, hinting at a deeper, possibly darker connection to Suyan's case. Frustrated, Ji-Cheol turns to his trusted friend Dong-soo. What he learns is even more alarming. The police haven't officially documented Suyan's case, dismissing her as a mere runaway. Deep down, Ji-Cheol senses there's more to the story and makes it his personal mission to uncover the truth behind Suyan's mysterious disappearance. Ji-Cheol, fueled by determination to uncover the truth, decides to pay a visit to Suyan's home where he meets her worried grandmother. He shares a possible solution with her if she drafts an official letter and provides her consent. The police would be forced to officially register Suyan's disappearance. With this strategy in place, and with the assistance of Dong-soo, they successfully file a missing person report. Undeterred, G.I. Cheol continues his quest for answers, this time probing around the school. The feedback he receives about Suyan is hardly favorable. Described as an academically challenged student, she allegedly missed school for extended periods, and some even branded her erratic behavior as lunatic. The teachers caution G.I. Cheol, advising him to steer clear of the case for his own safety. Overhearing this conversation, Eugene's protective instincts flare up. She confronts G.I. Cheol, asserting that the stories circulating about Suyan are distortions, aimed at hiding the real circumstances surrounding her friend's disappearance. In this dilemma of contrasting tales, G.I. Cheol finds himself grappling with who or what to believe. Eugene then poses an emotional question to him: what if Suyan was your own daughter? This hypothetical jolts G.I. Cheol into clarity, regardless of Suyan's reputation or choices. She is someone's child and deserves to be found. In a subsequent scene, G.I. Cheol stumbles upon a group of girls smoking in the school restroom. His initial intention to confiscate the cigarettes takes a back seat when he discovers a concealed camera within one of the stalls. With evidence in hand, he approaches the principal. However, the principal's evasive attitude, coupled with a strong urge to distance G.I. Cheol from Suyan's case, makes him rethink disclosing the camera's discovery. G.I. Cheol decides to inspect the camera's contents privately. To his shock, the covert camera traces back to Ji-sung, the art teacher whose desk sits adjacent to G.I. Cheol's. Intent on confronting Ji-sung about this disconcerting discovery, he's met with the realization that Ji-sung has already left. Seizing this chance, G.I. Cheol goes through Ji-sung's personal laptop. There, he unearths a string of text messages exchanged between Ji-sung and Suyan. Notably, on the night of her disappearance, Suyan had reached out to Ji-sung, requesting a pickup from the bridge. This revelation cements Ji-sung's involvement in the mystery. Suddenly, G.I. Cheol receives a call from Eugene, who, as it happens, is in a car with Ji-sung, believing she was getting a harmless lift home. Without alarming Eugene, G.I. Cheol discreetly informs her of his findings about Ji-sung and urges her to exercise caution. Demonstrating quick thinking, Eugene manages to know the destination out of Ji-sung and relays the location to G.I. Cheol. As the journey unfolds, Eugene spots a familiar key ring in Ji-sung's car, one eerily similar to the one Suyan possessed. When she confronts Ji-sung about its origin and connection to Suyan, the situation escalates dangerously, resulting in Eugene facing Ji-sung's unexpected attack. Upon regaining consciousness, Eugene finds herself in a vulnerable position, bound and silenced on Ji-sung's bedroom floor. One unsettling discovery catches her attention: Suyan's phone, hidden away in a cupboard. Just as Ji-sung contemplates his next move, G.I. Cheol makes a timely entrance, forcefully breaching the house's defenses. A short confrontation ensues, leaving Ji-sung overpowered, restrained, and at G.I. Cheol's mercy. Despite Ji-sung's pleas for mercy, G.I. Cheol remains resolute. He demands answers regarding Suyan's whereabouts, but Ji-sung professes ignorance. He recalls how Suyan had requested a ride home from the club, only to abruptly change plans at a gas station, insisting on meeting someone else. Ji-sung's narrative explains that he had a change of heart, returning to ensure Suyan's safety, only to find her vanished but her phone left behind. With the evidence stacked against him, Ji-sung faces imprisonment. However, the town's police chief remains steadfast in his skepticism about Suyan's alleged abduction, even dismissing G.I. Cheol's persistent appeals to intensify the investigation. Suspicion regarding the chief's true intentions mounts when he's overheard issuing a cryptic warning over the phone, a testament to the conspiracy surrounding Suyan's disappearance. Tensions escalate when the school's principal confronts G.I. Cheol, dismissing him from his duties, seemingly for his unwavering interest in Suyan's case. G.I. Cheol's determination only grows stronger. He believes that the town's authorities are attempting to suppress the truth. His fears materialize in the grimmest manner when, upon receiving a call from his police friend Dong-soo, G.I. Cheol is met with the tragic sight of Suyan's lifeless body being transferred into an ambulance. Eugene, overcome with grief, mourns the loss of her closest companion. But the plot thickens. Dong-soo, eavesdropping on a conversation, learns of the police chief's shady dealings, aimed at obscuring the investigation. Determined to unearth the truth, he retrieves Suyan's phone. The messages reveal an interaction between Suyan and a mysterious woman from the club. As he relays this information to G.I. Cheol, an unknown assailant knocks him out. Upon receiving the intel, G.I. Cheol visits the club and confronts the woman. After some persuasion, she recounts the events of that fateful night. Suyan was a part-time performer at the club. As she sang, a high-profile gathering took place, including the influential politician Mr. Kim, the club's owner, and the corrupt police inspector. An emergency call about her ill grandmother prompted Suyan to seek an early exit. However, Mr. Kim's unsavory advances led to a frantic escape, with the club's owner in hot pursuit. Following the confrontation at the bar, G.I. Cheol is ambushed by the bar owner and his henchmen. Despite the odds, G.I. Cheol deftly defends himself, and it comes down to a tense face-off between him and the owner. Desperate for answers, G.I. Cheol demands to know the truth behind Suyan's death. Terrified, the bar owner spills the beans. He recounts tailing Suyan on the night of her death and stumbling upon a shocking scene. Under the influence of his father, Mr. Kim's authority, Ji-sung attempted to impose and force his feelings on Suyan. Her resistance ignited his anger, resulting in tragic outcomes. Upon hearing this revelation, G.I. Cheol realizes that Ji-sung has been released from custody and immediately fears for Eugene's safety. Frantic, he races to Ji-sung's residence, praying he's not too late. Elsewhere, Ji-sung, in a cruel twist of fate, captures Eugene. However, his sinister plans are interrupted by an unexpected visitor, his father, Mr. Kim. To hide his wicked actions, Ji-sung hides Eugene in a closet. The ensuing confrontation between father and son is heated. Ji-sung points the finger at his father, accusing him of playing a role in Suyan's death. The truth is then laid bare. After Ji-sung's initial attempt on kill Suyan, Mr. Kim was summoned to the scene. Discovering that she was still clinging to life, Mr. Kim, driven by a desire to protect his name and reputation, ensures Suyan doesn't survive. After Mr. Kim departs, Eugene musters her courage and attacks Ji-sung, managing to flee from his clutches. However, freedom is short-lived. As Ji-sung closes in on her, prepared to deliver the final blow, G.I. Cheol crashes the scene. Fueled by rage and determination, he overpowers Ji-sung, rescuing the battered Eugene and rushing her to medical attention. The next day, the town is abuzz with news of Mr. Kim's triumphant election as governor, further cementing his power. As G.I. Cheol watches the news, fury simmers within him. Unable to contain his anger, he drives directly into Mr. Kim's car. Emerging from the wreckage, he confronts the shaken politician, delivering a swift punch. By the following morning, the dark secrets of Mr. Kim and the complicit police inspector reach national headlines. As the movie draws to a close, the culprits face the full weight of the law, arrested for their involvement in Suyan's tragic death.